The reason your offers are not getting approved might just be your pre-approval. If you're new to this channel, I'm Brad, the mortgage guy. I've been doing this 26 years. We help people nationwide purchase and refinance homes. So I say that only to say that this is not just theory. This is not just stuff we talk about. This is stuff we live and that we breathe each and every single day. So please subscribe. It helps us bring more content like this to everybody. So you might be asking, what am I talking about? Why is my pre-approval keeping me from being able to get a house? Well, let me share with you something a client said to me just the other day. I'm going to read it because I don't want to mess this up. They said to me, and they were a little annoyed when they said it. They said, I was pre-approved 3 months ago. 3 months ago. I was pre-approved 3 months ago, and they did not ask me any of these questions for any of the documents. Is this really necessary? That was their question to me. And they were kind of annoyed. Now, the questions I was asking was their job history. They had just started a new job 6 months prior. I wanted to know where they were before that. They also were, the documents I requested were pay stubs. I asked for the 2 most recent pay stubs from this potential buyer. And by the way, they did say 3 months ago, and they still had no accepted offers, by the way, which only goes to show what I'm trying to say here is maybe just the case. Their pre-approval was hindering them from being able to get an offer accepted. Now, why is that the case here? Well, because realtors know the crappy loan officers. Realtors know the crappy companies. The companies and loan officers who don't do their due diligence up front, they just don't get offers accepted. I then explained to this client that, well, guess what? What we do up front is all of our homework so that you don't run into any problems down the road. And because of that, and because of our reputation in the marketplace, realtors know when they see a pre-approval with our name on it, that a deal is going to close. So I explained that to the client. I also asked him, hey, how many offers have you put in the last 3 months? Sure enough, they had put in several, all of which didn't get accepted. I then asked the company, and again, sure enough, I'm not going to mention any names here. It is a company that doesn't have the best of reputations in the market for actually closing deals without enormous headaches involved. So that pre-approval was actually hindering that person. So you're in a situation here, you're not getting offers accepted. How do you know if it's your pre-approval or if it's your offer strategy or if it's just something else? Well, one of the clues are maybe what you've been asked for. Did you get asked anything, or did you just fill a little bit of information out online and they were like, hey, here's a letter for you. Go find yourself a house? Because that is the way some lenders do it. They just send you out there. Did they go over important numbers like payment, cash out of pocket, and your price point? Most of the time they just say, hey, you're pre-approved for 400, 500, 600, 200, 100, whatever the number is, and they send you on your way. You have no idea what the payments or anything. If they haven't covered that stuff with you, that's just a red flag. I'm not saying that it's not a great loan officer. I'm saying that that's a red flag, though, that maybe you should be looking for more. Have they asked for a pay stub? Have they asked for if you have overtime or bonus or tax returns? If you're a first-time buyer, did they discuss with you any first-time home buyer programs? The thoroughness in which they talked to you and answered your question should give you a clue as to the thoroughness of an individual or a loan officer that person is. And if you don't feel that was thorough and you feel as though you left that conversation with a lot of questions, that might mean that that's not a very thorough loan officer. And people might know that, and your pre-approval might be getting negatively selected because of that, of that very thing. The pre-approval is super, super, super important. Now, there is a lot of automation these days. Now, even with us, automation is big right now. Automation may mean that they haven't asked for certain documents, but you should inquire as to that. Did they see your pay? Do they know how much you make? If they don't, again, that's a huge, huge, huge red flag that they didn't ask that. Did they get a full 2-year history of employment? Huge red flag that they didn't ask that. So unfortunately, there's no way for you to know other than some of those red flags. And also ask your realtor. Say, hey, the loan officer, the pre-approval that I'm shopping with here, how to sellers, and even more important is the listing agents, because they're the ones that are advising the sellers. How are sellers going to perceive that pre-approval letter? That's really, really important in the marketplace. All right, so what do you want with that pre-approval letter? Well, Local is important because local usually means people know a reputation. Now, I'm saying that a little bit to my detriment because I'm licensed nationwide and I do business all over the country, all 50 states plus DC. I do business all over the place, and obviously offers get accepted all over the place. And I'm not local to everywhere. I can't possibly be. I can only live in one place or maybe spend time in a few different places, but you get what I'm saying here. Local is something that's important because people know the local players. On top of that, and where I benefit huge amounts, is reputation. Now, our company, Rate, has a very, very good reputation for hiring very experienced loan officers. So in our company, you have really experienced loan officers. Really experienced loan officers generally are going to be better loan officers. They've been in this business for a while. They know more. And so I benefit nationwide because we have a nationwide footprint, and the reputation of our company precedes me. So when I'm doing a deal in, say, California, those people in California know, oh, hey, Rate's a really good company, and therefore reputation absolutely huge. So local is great. Reputation's even better because even local people, some of them don't have a good reputation, obviously. So ask your realtor. If there's any red flags, you can always ask your realtor, do you think it's my pre-approval that's holding me back? Some general stereotypes. Some of those big online places, well, they hire inexperience. That's a general stereotype. Is it always the case? Absolutely not. There are some markets where some of those big box online places have some local representatives, super experienced, do a great job. But generally speaking, the stereotype is that some of those big online places, not so great. Reputation, not so great. Also, stereotype, banks are slow. If you're in a market that is fast paced, oftentimes, again, banks could be perceived as a slower alternative in getting a mortgage. Again, not all the time. There are some pockets I'm sitting in Massachusetts right now. So there are some pockets in Massachusetts that, for instance, that reputation is true, but then there's other pockets where that reputation is not true and people love the local banks. So it really depends. You got to lean on your realtor for that advice. But if there's a stereotype out there, and you're shopping with a pre-approval that happens to hit one of those, and that listing agent is advising their seller on what offers to accept, well, guess what? You could potentially be hindered by that. So you have to look at the psychology of the seller and the psychology of the listing agent when you're asking the question of, is my pre-approval hindering me at all, right? And again, lean on your realtor for that. But the pre-approval could be hindering you. Now, one thing that does help immensely with any pre-approval is to upgrade that pre-approval and get something. We call it a power bid. Silly name. I feel like it makes it sound like I should be wearing a cape or something, like I'm a superhero, like, oh, power bid away. But regardless, other companies, they have similar programs where they're doing a pre-underwrite of your file, and you're actually shopping, having already done 499 pieces of a 500-piece puzzle is the way I explain it. And that last piece is literally just the house to plug it in. So if you're shopping with a regular pre-approval, you're also already below those people. There's also some programs where you can actually get backed by cash. So you're shopping below those people too. So you think of it, cash, they say cash is king. Well, cash, very close to that, is a pre-underwritten, fully committed file. Right underneath that, and then competing exactly with cash is programs like our Cash Ready program, for instance, that gives you a cash backup in general. So anyway, if you're thinking you're out there and you're shopping with a pre-approval and you're thinking maybe that's one of the things that's hindering you, hit us up. We'd love to chat. We'd love to go over what we can do for you. We'd love to get you into our Power Bid program. We'd love to change the tide for you to where instead of hearing no on your offer, you're just hearing that one yes, and you're finally able to get into that house. So please, again, like, subscribe, comment. It really helps us spread the word, helps us get you more content like this to help people out there both purchase and refinance homes. Until next time, appreciate you. It's Brad, the mortgage guy. I'm out of here.